guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're coming across this channel for the very first time, hi, my name is Natasha. I am Zambian, but I currently live in China. To the regular degulas, the besties of this channel, hi bestie, how I inch, how I do, hi Kesana, I hope you're well. I have seen this trend on the Red app a lot, and honestly, it's such a fun trend, and I thought I should hop on. So here are my 2024 ins and outs. Like, one needs to go, gotta go. I have everything written down on my iPad. I want to be as quick as possible, so I don't want this video to be over the place. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. My first in for 2024 is reading the Bible for myself. Guys, if you've seen or if you guys are aware, there's so much going on in the world, Sana. There is so much going on in the world. I am Christian and there's a lot going on in Christianity, and I don't even know what to believe anymore. I mean, everybody's salvation is personal, and it's very important that as Christians or just people in general, we get to know our Creator or whoever we bow to by ourselves, for ourselves, because okay, so I'm going to be very intentional about reading the Bible for myself this year. It's very important that I get to know my God like one-on-one. Like, it's very important that I know the guy upstairs for myself, because so much is going on. Like, so much is going on in the world, and it's very important that we get to know our God personally, like one-on-one. So I want to read my Bible for myself. If you can get information for yourself, like one-on-one, like everything is there. We have the Bible. God is always speaking, and God is still speaking. So I want to be very intentional about reading the Bible for myself, understanding it for myself, and second in for 2024 is saving money. Guys, hear me out. I think as a woman, every one of us needs some sort of savings. Like, we need some form of savings. To be honest, savings really just puts you in a place of stability, and if it comes to like relationships and family, and you get to love people by choice, you need to have some form of savings. As a woman or as a person in general, you need to have your own savings. Like, you need to have your own money. Like, even if it's 50 kwacha or 50 RMB that you're saving per month, at the end of the day, that'll be like a 1,000, and it's in savings. So it's very important that we establish some form of savings. I'm gonna give an example. For my first degree, when I was graduating, a year before, I started saving for life after school. When I graduated, my dad was like, oh, when are we booking the flight? So what are you doing? And I had already planned that I wanted to stay here. And so I really am glad that for that particular time, I did have some savings for life after university. And I had to decide what I wanted to do. Was I pursuing a master's? Was I going to go to another country? So really attest that having savings is really the way to go. Like, having some money saved for something is very important. This year, I want to be very intentional about savings. I want to be very intentional about savings, really. I want to save for different things. I want to save for travel, because I intend to travel. Like, I really want to travel like out of this country sometime soon, because I've been in this country for a while. The Rona just didn't help us, because even I haven't explored this country as much as I'd love to. So even if I get to just travel to a part of this country I've not been to, but you need money. You just don't wake up and go to places. So I'm very intentional about saving for travel, saving for luxury purchases, saving for a car, saving for wigs, saving for so many different things. Like, this is very personal to me, because I really want to save. Hey, like, saving just puts you in a more, you sleep better at night, because you day your day. Okay, the third thing is reading more. Last year, I don't think I read more than 5 books, if I'm being honest with myself. And I consume a lot of TV, I consume a lot of YouTube, I consume a lot of reality shows, but how am I refilling? How am I charging my mind? How am I learning if I'm not getting information firsthand, like I said earlier. So one of my ins for 2024 is reading more. I want to be very intentional, a page a day, a book a month, you know, like I want to be very intentional about my reading this year, because guys, the mind is like the most powerful thing. It's the most powerful organ. Like your brain is the most powerful organ. Like it's more powerful than a lot of things. So if I can invest in my mind, I would be very unstoppable. So we're very intentional about reading more, reading more literature, learning about stuff, and the fourth in for 2024 is making friends. Guys, I'm so introverted. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I literally have 4 or 5 friends, and they don't live here, or they live this side, and it's okay. But then I want to be very intentional about friendships, about making friends, because I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have my friends. But imagine having friends for different things, having content creator friends, having friends you can travel with, having friends for Bible study, having friends, like I feel like every person is different, and different people add different values to your life. So I'm very intentional about friendships. Like 2 days ago, somebody that I've seen on Instagram, and she lives in Chongqing, I wrote her a text message. I'm like, hey, I live here, so if you're interested, we could do lunch or brunch or dinner. And that was really out of my comfort zone, because I like to be in the Bible. But then I'm going to be very intentional. I think it's doable. It's doable to get out of the show a bit, try to interact with people, make friends. If they don't work out, that's fine, we try again. And so yeah, because the friends you made in 2016, in 2015, or in 2018 won't be your friends now. I mean, they could be, but like people grow, people change, people have different priorities, people have different circles of friendshiphood. You know, maybe in this time I need people that are going to do Bible study with me. I need friends that are going to show me how to edit a video, or content creator friends, or you know, like life changes and we all grow. So it's very important that we make friends, because I like resourceful people. Like, I mean, I can always go on YouTube and learn certain things, but there's certain things that you just learn by being friends with certain people. So we gotta make friends this year, yeah? Like, we gotta make friends, not just anyone, but just friends in general, friends that will add a certain value to your life, friends that will show you a different perspective, friends that will expose you to things. Because exposure is many things. When you're exposed to people that have been exposed to a certain lifestyle, and then it's just, you learn from one another, that type of thing. So yeah. Moving on, another 2024 in of mine is gratitude. Gratitude is such a magnet for miracles. Gratitude. Like, gratitude. I want to be grateful this year. I want to just sit down and be like, God, thank you for the day. Thank you that my lungs can inhale air. Because guys, you know there's somebody somewhere that is not able to breathe through their lungs. Thank you that I can see. Thank you that there is light, there's water. Thank you that, you know, like small things. When you understand those small things, that there's somewhere in the world that somebody does not have clean water. Like, for the small things, for the things that just look like they're basic. Some people don't have access to these basic needs, and I really want to be grateful. Like, I want to practice gratitude. This is actually one of the things that is top on my list for the ends of 2024. Like, I want to be grateful. Like, I really want to sit down and be like, God, thank you. Like, God, thank you. Like, you know, and I want to practice it in the smallest ways, because God will not bless me if I don't see what he's doing, you know. So gratitude is gonna be like top on the list. Gotta be grateful, guys. Like, we really. Another thing is therapy, guys. You don't only need to go to therapy when life is falling apart or you're going through a heartbreak. I would really want to just go to therapy and just talk, you know. Like, I just want to go to therapy. Like, I wanna be at that. I'm literally that person, but I just wanna do more therapy. Hey, like, I just wanna just go to my therapist and just talk to my therapist about my day. Like, how was your day? Like, this is how I felt, and this is, and I feel like it's so important that we do therapy, because there's a lot of unhealed trauma, family patterns, like friendship traumas. I mean, it doesn't have to be that bad, but like, I really want to do like one session every month. You know, if I'm able to, maybe 2 sessions. Like, I'm really those people. Like, believe in therapy. It's one of the things that I want to very much be intentional about this year. Another thing is fitness and exercise. I want to show up as my highest self this year. The highest version of me is, it's clean. She takes a run, or she's in some sort of Pilates class. She's healthy, her skin is glowing because she eats well, she drinks water. So that's one of the things that I'm like really intentional about. I have been working and running every day since the new year. Today is the 18th of January, and I have maintained. Like, I have maintained my fitness. So far, so good. Health is such a wealth, guys. Like, the older I get, I want to age fine. Like, you ever meet somebody that's like 50 or 40, like, hey, how old are you? Like, oh no, you don't even look your age. It's because of the habits that they practice, or the habits that they had whilst they were growing up, or the habits that they were doing when they, you know, like, I mean, like, now is the time to invest in my 50-year-old body, because like, if I take care of my body, if I really take care of my body will take care of me. So yeah, so like, I really want to be in my fit girl era, in my Pilates girl era, in my running era. I always trick my friends this, like, every time I go for a run in the morning, I send them streaks, and one of my friends said, you're giving those Chinese fine babes that are always running in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I really tap in, because fitness is very important. Like, health is such a wealth, guys. Like, if you're healthy, you think better. If you're healthy, you don't spend money on medication. If you're healthy, you get to do more things that you love. Like, health is such a wealth. Like, you're rich if you're in good health, you know. So yeah, moving on, another in of 2024 is speaking good over my life. The Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So everything, even God, so like, my God created everything by word of mouth. He said, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be this, and there was this. So now if I'm like, let there be a Benz outside, and there will be a Benz. So I want to speak blessings over my life. I want to speak good about my life, and also not allow people to speak things over my life that I don't want. Like, I want to speak good over my life. Like, let that be a Benz outside. Or, I'm gonna buy a car this year. I'm gonna get a job this year. I'm gonna do well in school this year. My business is gonna flourish this year. I'm gonna be in a healthy relationship this year. I'm gonna have healthy friendships this year. Like, I really want to speak good over my life, because life and death are in the power of the tongue. So if I can speak well over my life, you know, like, if I can actually speak these things really well over my life, like, I'm literally going to be in a good space. So I'm going to be very intentional about what it is that I say over my life. What is it that I allow people to say over my life? I mean, it doesn't stand, but really, I want to be those girls that are like, yeah, I spoke this. I told God about this. And like, the tongue has so much power. Like, your tongue, it has so much power over your life. So I want to use it for the good. Like, I'm gonna get that master's degree. Like, I'm gonna graduate with a distinction. I'm gonna get that degree. I'm gonna drive the Benz. The power of the tongue. The power of the tongue, babe. Like, the power of the tongue. If you get that, it's like the power of the tongue. Your tongue carries so much power. So we're going to speak good only over our lives, over our friendships, over our family, over anything that concerns me. I will not complain like, oh no, my life is so horrible, my what? No, not at all. Not at all. Like, not at all, because the power of the tongue. The power of the tongue. And last but not the least of the ends is loving myself. Like, loving myself is so important. I want to be very intentional at how I love myself. Like, I want to be very, very in love with myself. Like, if I don't love myself the way I want to be loved, then who will? So it's very important that I love myself the way God loves me. And just, guys, a man literally died on the cross for me. And then I should not love me the way he loves me. I need to love myself at least that standard, you know, like he literally died on the cross for a person like me. So I want to love myself. Like, I really want to love myself. Like, I really want to be intentional about solo days, solo staycations. I don't want to like be stuck on waiting for somebody to love me and stuff like that. I'm very, I've always been like the girlie that loves herself. I'll go on a solo staycation but this year we're about to double that. We're about to elevate that, because self-love is important, guys. I don't know about you, but self-love is important. If you love yourself, it shows in the way you allow people to treat you. It shows in the way things just move in your life. It shows in the decisions you make for yourself. It shows in a lot of ways. So it's so important that I love myself this year. It's like we're continuing with this trend. Like, we're continuing with loving ourselves, because boy, a man literally went on the cross. He left his comfort place, left his father who's a king to go and die for me, and then I should get the bare minimum or not love myself. I'm very much very, very, very intentional about loving myself this year. That's one of the things I'm gonna do. Love myself. Like, we are now moving on to the outs. The first out is comparing myself to others. I've noticed over the last year, comparing myself to the people on the internet, comparing myself to people I do not know, things that do not align with me. Like, you know, like certain things that you don't want but you see it on the internet. It's like, oh, I wish my life was like that. No, I feel like comparison is such a thief of joy. And I really am very, very serious about happiness and joy. So I will not compare myself. From today onwards, I will not compare my life, myself, my path to somebody else's 10 years investment, or someone else's relationship, or somebody else's family, or somebody else's business. I want to be on my line. I want to be on my lane. I want to focus on me, because comparison is such a thief of joy. Like, comparison is such a thief. Like, it will steal your joy, it will steal your happiness, it will steal everything from you. So comparison is such a thief of joy. So we are going to not compare ourselves, trust our lane. We're gonna trust the timing that God has set for us, because why are you comparing your life to somebody else's 10 years, to somebody else's life, to somebody else's thing? So we are very intentional this year about not comparing our lives to people, because comparison is a thief of joy. I've said this and I will say, like, comparison will literally leak out your joy. Like, it will literally make you ungrateful of the things that people also wish they had that you had. So you're focusing. We are really focusing on our path. Like, we're really focusing on what God has in store for us, that we will not have time to look at somebody else's plan, somebody else's stuff. We're focusing, like, we're literally on this third line like this, and we will focus on the line, because comparison will really steal your joy. The second one is people pleasing. Guys, people pleasing is a disease. Like, that urge to want people to like you, or to please them, or to, you know, to just make yourself uncomfortable so that the other person is comfortable, it gotta go. Okay, it gotta go. Like, it gotta pack it. In fact, it packed it back in 2023 on the 31st of December. It packed itself and it remained, because people pleasing is a disease. Like, if you sit down and just feel that urge to please somebody else, it's a disease. You need to see a doctor. We need to abolish, like, we need to come against it. We gotta bind it, because Why? Like, why do you want to be a people pleaser? Overthinking. Guys, don't overthink things. Like, focus on things now. Me, I'm an overthinker. Hey, like, I will think through the situation. I will think, like, I will create scenarios. I will make it worse in my mind. So we're trying as much as we can to not be overthinkers. I mean, it's okay to overthink, but like, don't overthink yourself into a dark place. Like, do not overthink yourself into a place that's like, hey, like all these things, like your mind is so important. Like your mind is so important. It can create and it can destroy. So we will not use our mind to overthink things. We will live for now. We will think about now. We don't have to create scenarios in our brain and start to hit our feelings and create, you know, like overthinking. No, we're not doing overthinking this year. Like, we will think about what is now and we won't think about it very much, because what's for you is for you. And if it doesn't come like that, or if it doesn't happen, then that's God's protection. Okay, so we're not overthinking. Yeah, me and you, we're not overthinking. Me and you, we're not overthinking. We're not doing it this year. Negative talk, or maybe self-sabotaging, or allowing people to make you feel small, invalidating your life, your success. Like, oh, you just want to, or you just want to, like, everything that you do and everything that you're working on is a big deal, okay? Because you wake up every day and you try to push for your business, you're pushing for school, you're pushing, like, even if it's not there yet, the fact that you're actively working on your YouTube channel, the fact that you're working on your business, the fact that you're pushing for a degree, it's very important. Like, don't allow people to make you feel small. Like, don't even talk about negative things over your life. Don't allow anyone to say or speak anything negatively, even as a joke. Like, don't joke with me like that. Like, why would you say something like that? So negative talk, it's gotta go. It's gotta go, like, out. It's gotta go. So we're not speaking negatively over our lives. I personally am practicing it actively. Like, I will not allow anybody to speak negatively over my life, even as a joke. I don't care about how close our friendship is. You will not say something that will belittle me or make me feel small or invalidate something that I'm doing. Because I'm actively doing it, it means it's important to me. So that level of speaking negatively, or like, oh, I hate my life, or whatever, it's not important. Like we said earlier, there is so much power in the tongue. Like, life and death are literally in the power of the tongue. So we will use our tongue to speak positive over our life, because, baby, okay, like, we're flourishing this year. There's so much elevation this year. So I will not speak negatively over my life. I don't know about you, but I'm not speaking negatively about my life, because it's important that I speak life on my life. I speak good over my life. I speak blessings over my life. The people in my life must speak blessings over my life, because why? Why are we using the tongue for the wrong things when I could be speaking a blessing over my life, speaking a blessing over my channel, over my subscribers, over anything that concerns me? Make it sense. Let it make sense. Okay. Another thing we're not doing in 2024 is settling for the bare minimum. Settling for the bare minimum. Settling in friendships, settling in life in general. Like, you know how you know that you have certain potential, and then you just sleep on it? That's also settling. You're settling for the bare minimum, for the life that you have, and you know that your life could be better. Okay, so we're not settling for the bare minimum in friendships, in relationships, in business, in whatever it is that concerns us. For me personally, I'm not settling in relationships. I'm not settling in friendships. I don't want friends or friendships that are not working. Like, I'm not settling because of a certain partner or a certain friend. Like, I just feel like if some friendships gotta go, they gotta go. If some men gotta go, they gotta go. Because why are you settling? Why are you settling for the bare minimum? So this is also to me, like, why would you settle for the bare minimum? So I am very, 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 very intentional about not settling. Like, I don't care whether you think I'm arrogant or something. I will not settle for the bare minimum. The bare minimum does not even know my address. Okay, like the bare minimum shouldn't even know my address. Okay, so we're not settling. Like, settling is not even our books. And that's it for my 2024 ins and outs. Let me know what yours are in the comment section. What are you living? What are you taking? What's coming with you to 2024? How do you intend on doing it? And I will see you in my next video. I love you so much. Bye.